group the size it is right now, because at first we didn't know that, and we lost a lot of good members. So we'll share with you a little bit about safety and what it's all about, because not only the youngins, but sometimes the folks that are not so young don't really understand what these are all about. Does this look like a real gun?
No. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
It was supposed to be a surprise. That's a 38 caliber Derringer, okay? The reason I'm showing it to you, because this, as well as many other weapons, don't look real. So if you see something like this, or you see something that looks like a bullet laying on the ground, ammunition, by all means, get your father or somebody smarter to pick it up, please. Don't you do it. I'm not taking it away from you. This is the larger bullet. What caliber would that be?
45.
45 caliber.
The only caliber.
So what I want to do is share with you a little bit about what these things are capable of doing. And to do that, I would like very much for one of our gentlemen here to fire off a 12-gauge black powder blank round. It's going to be loud.
It's going to be loud.
Fire in the hole!
That's my ear.
I don't think they heard you back there.
Oh.
So we're going to do it one more time.
One more time! Fire in the hole!
It's boneless.
Barbecue after the show!
Thank you. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for a couple of volunteers. I need 2 youngins to come out here. Oh, okay, you 2 boys right there. Oh, Robert, how are you doing there? How's it going, amigo? Rebel hat, like the hat. Okay, how are you doing? What's your name?
Hoosier hat.
Carlos and Robert. Okay, good. Come on over here. Captain America and Carlos. You can tell by that skull shirt you got there. Okay, I want you 2 to stand right here next to each other. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this can right here between you. You're going to take your left hand. You're going to take your right hand. You're going to put it under his left hand. You're going to hold that up. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to borrow his pistol. Okay? And I'm going to shoot. And I'm going to knock that can out of your hands. Robert's seen me before. He knows I can't.
John knows he's going to shoot you. Wait. Get off. Right there.
Okay. On the count of 3, a 45 caliber blank, I'm going to knock that can. When I shoot this, the can's going to hit the ground. Ready? 1, 2. Boom.
You missed.
It's angry if you don't clap. Okay, let me show you what a 38 caliber will do to that aluminum can. The thickness on this can is actually thicker than a human skin.
Here?
Yeah.
Get a prettier model.
Wood? Why is it you're sharing your best view with them?
Yeah.
That is the best view.
One end looks about the same as the other, so.
Look at that, I didn't have to shoot to tell over. Okay. Ready?
Cover yours.
1, 2, 3.
Whoa.
That's a black powder blank 38 caliber. Prance your can around there, young lady.
See, now that's a prettier model.
Oh, now that's
Just count it. That's just black powder.
that's how much.
Yeah, you see the big old hole on both sides.
So I have to reiterate, or for the adults, I have to remind you, please don't play with ammo, don't play with guns. Make sure you get somebody that knows what they're doing when you see something laying around there, okay? So with that, we're going to start off. First of all, John Wesley Hardin had been released from jail. it was a matter of a few months, a little over a year, where he decided he was going to come up here to El Paso and do some lawyering. It seems ironic. He went to jail and became a lawyer and practiced preaching. A lawyer and a preacher. That sounds like kind of an oxymoron to me, but I saw a sign recently that said honest lawyers. I thought, yeah, right. Anyway, he came up here, had some relatives up here, and decided he was going to call it home, and he was going to stake his future here after he had a little bit of a problem down in southeast Texas. First thing he does is run into the harlot, Helen Bulema Rose.
That's me. That's me. It's me.
She had hired him to help get her husband, Martin Rose, out of Mexico. He was a cattle thief. They called him the Polish cowboy because, well, he was Polish and was a cowboy. And Martin was down there hiding from the law here in the United States because cattle rustling in those days was punishable by hanging. I mean, no questions asked, noose. So Martin was looking to come back, and then he found out that John Wesley Hardin might be having, let's say, a little bit more than a business relationship with her attorney. And that was kind of making him a little bit angry. So one thing led to another, but we'll go through that one at a time. And first of all, let me share with you what happened at the Gem Saloon or Faro game the night after John Wesley Hardin lost a little bit of money.
Y'all ready for a card game? Well, let's see if we can get one more player up here, and then we'll go ahead and make it interesting.
It's gonna be loud.
You all not buying any drinks tonight? Corky, go ahead. Why don't you get him around on me, and we'll get the game going. Why, Wes! What a surprise seeing you here today.
Cut the nonsense, let's play some cards. I'm in no mood. Got it? No mood whatsoever.
You gonna have a drink, Wes?
You know me.
Finest tequila we got in the building.
Ladies and gentlemen, the game is Faro. You're a book in the tiger. Bunkers, place your bets, check your cards. Buy in. Load a card. Who loses? Queen wins.
Oh! Drinks for all the time. We can do that.
Well, try your luck again,
Yours
Wes.
first? Yes, thank you, thank you.
Make sure you stop the rest of the drink.
If I start at 2.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Bunkers, the game is Faro. You're a book in the tiger. Place your bets, check your cards. Ten loses. Queen wins.
All right, yeah. Bartender, bring us in a shot of tequila. There you go.
Wow, Wes. Looks like Faro ain't your game. I know. What do we have? Why don't we have a knitting contest?
I don't think so.
You think you're cute?
No, sir, Mr. Wes.
I want that money.
You can take anything you want off the table,
I
Mr.
just
Wes.
want the money I lost, that's all.
Take it all.
No, nobody's going to call me a thief. Not in this place. Just the money you took away from me.
Probably ain't much of a man, either.
Oh, jeez.
Who said that? Who said I wasn't much of a man? Was it you? Would you like to come out and show me your manhood?
I believe that you were cheated. That's your money fair and square.
I like your thinking. else have any smart comments to make?
No. That hard. He might be a bad sport. Sure ain't nothing wrong with his hearing.
Let's clear this game out.
Oh, yeah.
He might come back. Let's go.
Go.
Ma'am, drinks? Thank you.
I'll take my game somewhere else.
So as time wore on, things started to heat up. Martin Moroz was being coerced to come back to El Paso. Obviously, he wanted to come back and make sure his woman wasn't cavorting with that naughty well Helen Eula Moroz. So a gentleman by the name of George Scarborough, Deputy U.S. Marshal, was going to try to help him get across the border on the bridge down here. And as you'll find out, Martin was in for a surprise. Just envision the bridge, Martin coming in from what is, these gentlemen on the El Paso side, two of them hiding in the bushes. George Scarborough trying to negotiate.
Come on, guys. It's like dark tonight. Hardly see my hand in front of my face. Milton McMahon. We'll try to persuade Martin to come back over the river.
All right, boss.
You guys hide in these very thick bushes here. Yeah, and try to get him over. When he comes over, you'll let him throw up his hands. We want to take him alive.
Alive. We have to, boss.
Yes, if possible. And you know, if he makes a play,
All right.
right?
All right.
Hi.
Do it your way.
Yeah. Hi. Martin! Martin Moroz! It's me, George Scarborough!
You, George?
It's me, George. Yeah, I want to talk to you.
All right, let me here. Yo, George. I'm scared still going to cross the border, George. I know they're waiting for me.
Well, go back to Juarez then. There's no strings on you. But remember this. Come back over to El Paso. You can see Beulah again. Want to see Beulah, don't ya?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe get some of my money back, too, huh?
It's up to you.
Yeah, boy, that Hardin spends all my money.
Your choice.
All right, George, I'll go with you.
Put your hands up!
Hands up! Put that gun away, George! We don't want any trouble.
No trouble!
Boys, you've killed me.
Yeah! Stay down and stop shooting. Stay down! I think he's dead. Shot him enough times.
He's leaking like a seal.
He is. Listen, we can leave him here. We can come back in the morning to get the body. All right.
All right, boss.
We got a drink.
Now, there were a number of stories that were floating around. One was that Hardin hired Scarborough to go ambush Moroz because Moroz had some money he'd made on cattle rustling. And then there was the folks that said, well, Scarborough wasn't that kind of guy. It was probably more like he was just doing his job. There was a reward on Moroz, and he wanted to get him back here and get that reward. So I wasn't there. Anybody here were there at the time? Were you there? So the truth died with Martin Moroz and ultimately with George Scarborough. Well, with Martin out of the way, Beulah had a lot of time on her hands. and a man to play with. A gentleman by the name of John Wesley Hardin. The problem was neither one of them were good at drinking and cavorting, and whenever they did, well, all kinds of stuff would happen in town. Now there was kind of a law that says you couldn't carry a weapon in a bar in downtown El Paso, but that wasn't really paid a whole lot of attention to, sort of like today. So one day, Hardin was out of town and Beulah was bored, so she decided to liven things up and look for some fun. And she found some fun at a local bar.
Bring these boys something to drink. Yeah,
Thank you, dear Miss Beulah.
that's right.
Appreciate it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Listen, big fella, we'll share. You know, Hardin's out of town, and I'm all by myself. Would you like to buy me a drink?
Miss Beulah, there's nothing I'd like better than to share a drink with you, but I don't think John Wesley Hardin would like it.
Oh, well. What about you, big fella? You know, would you like to buy me a drink? Hardin's out of town. He'll never know.
Well, you know, Miss Beulah, that's mighty tempting because you are one beautiful woman. However, I'm going to have to say no because, you know, John Wesley Hardin, he just does a thing. He does not like sharing his women.
You boys are just no good. You're afraid of Hardin.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'll do something myself. Oh,
Your boyfriend shoots 40 people and we're
hey,
supposed to...
hey, bartender. Whoa, all right. Just keep them coming, bartender.
Gotta say that.
That's good. Listen, did you know that Hardin's out of town again?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's left me all by myself again. And nobody, those boys won't drink with me. They're scared of him. Scaredy cats. I don't have anybody to drink with me. Nobody to have any fun with. What's a girl to do? Oh.
Now, Miss Beulah.
I've got an idea. I've got a good idea. I will make my own fun. Yay! All right, let's have a party. It's gonna be a good time in the old town tonight. Hardin will never know. Woo-ha!
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Oh, what? I'm having a good time.
No, you're not.
Oh.
You're going to jail. You know there ain't no guns allowed here.
I was just having
Let's
a
go.
good
Come on.
time.
Come on.
Oh, you
You're going to jail. No.
Nothing like local women.
You're going to jail. And I'm charging you $50.
You just wait till Hardin gets there.
Hardin don't run the place. I'm the sheriff.
You'll be sorry, you know.
Yeah.
You're terrible. Oh, you'll be sorry.
So the story goes that they locked her up. Certainly she did shoot up the bar, but that $50 fine was a little bit steep, and people sort of thought that maybe the reason they fined her so much was because of her relationship with John Wesley Hardin. So when Hardin got back in town, he wasn't too happy about that whole situation, and I think he was less happy with Beulah. Hey, Beulah!
What, Wes?
What tarnation are you doing? I go to Phoenix, I come back here, I find out you get yourself in trouble, and you get fined $50.
Now, Wes, I was just trying to have a good time.
Your kind of good time gets you in trouble all the time.
I want you to go over and talk to that old Selma Jr. I want you to make him understand. He cannot put his hands on me.
I think you probably deserved it. He's probably the only man that hasn't put his hands on you.
Are you telling me that you think it's my fault that I got put in jail?
You're blaming me for this whole chaos? You're blaming me? You're no good for this town. You're no good for that husband. You're no good for me. I want you out of my sight.
Listen here, if you were any kind of a man, I wouldn't have to resort to drinking and having fun. Besides that, it's my money that's been you've been spending. So see what you do without me.
Get out of my way.
I'm leaving you.
Get out of my
Leave
life.
me. I'm leaving you.
So there was kind of a parting of the ways, but Hardin, having seen that experience and found out that Selman Jr. had arrested his woman, he went to looking for Selman Jr. Selman!
Yeah, what do you want, Hardin?
I need to talk to you about that no good son of yours.
Which one?
The policeman! He went and locked my woman up, fined her $50. That's unheard of! I need to make amends with him!
You know what? Nobody talks about my children like that without a fight!
I'm not healed!
Well, go get your gun. I got one!
I'll get my gun and I will meet you smoking! That was earlier in the day of the 19th of August, 1895. Later that night, Selman's stewing, Hardin's gambling, and the story unfolds before you.
Serve us the good stuff, too. Only that cheap stuff.
Let's go. Come on, we gotta go. Let's go.
What's going on?
Over here, come on, let's go. Let's go over here. Now, throwing some dice.
Now's not the time. Now's not the time.
With a gentleman by the name of Henry Brown. Hardin gets real close with lead poisoning.
You roll him, Wes. Go ahead and roll him.
Now, you got 4 seasons to beat.
You got him, let's go! We gotta go, let's go, you got him! Come on, we gotta go!
Now, ladies and gentlemen, was the demise of the great Mr. Hardin. August 19, 1895, about 11 o'clock at night.
Still breathing.
Acme Saloon, San Antonio Street. He lay there dead for several hours. Ladies came and dipped their skirts in his blood. Eventually, he was picked up. Coroner did his work on him. Coroner said, well, except for being dead, he looked pretty good. And he was buried right here.
Right there!
Right there.
Right there!
Concordia Cemetery. It is believed that Mr. Hardin's grave is El Paso's most visited tourist attraction. I don't know what that says about El Paso. Now, okay, Mr. Hardin. Coming back now. We flash forward. John Selman was arrested for murdering John Wesley Hardin. Shot him in the back of the head. He claimed self-defense. He said, Selman said, Hardin looked me right in the eye. Well, the coroner didn't find any eyes in the back of his head. Selman's lawyer was none other than Albert Fall. The result of the trial was a hung jury. I believe it was 10 not guilty, 2 guilty. So they're going to try Mr. Selman again. We flash forward to the wee hours of the morning. April 5, 1896. Selman's awaiting a new trial. It's Easter morning of all days. We're at the, what saloon are we at now?
Wigwam.
We're at the Wigwam Saloon, thank you, which is about a half a block east of the Camino Real Hotel on San Antonio Street. George Scarborough was there, Selman's there, the Frank Card, some guy at the end of the bar. Scarborough, how you doing, Frank? Yeah, a couple of drinks here. Thanks, ma'am.
Thanks, Vinny.
He's paying.
Oh,
Oh, that's good, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I got George,
Hang on, John.
come outside. I
Well,
want to
okay.
talk to you.
Yeah. It's fine, it's
Privately.
fine. What do you want, John?
I want you to go over at the border to see John over the river.
Oh, yeah, he got arrested over in Juarez.
He did. He's
Yeah, okay.
over there, and I want you to go there and go see Junior with me.
Okay, yeah, well, when do you want to go?
Let's say about 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Where should I meet you?
All right, well, how about, right here at San Antonio and El Paso Street? Can you make it between 10 and 11?
All right, we'll make it about that time.
All right, okay.
Then we'll go see John.
Okay, we'll get him out of jail.
Now let's go back inside and have another drink. Come on.
I'm through drinking for the night. I'm through drinking, and quite frankly, I think you've had enough.
Why, you son of a gun! I'm gonna kill you!
Don't pull that gun.
I'm gonna kill you, George!
Don't do it.
That's enough, Scarro! That's enough! That's enough! How bad are you, John? How bad are you? Where's your gun?
Somebody got it!
Shot an unarmed
He
man!
was armed.
There's nothing here!
I fired 4 shots. He fired 1.
There's nothing here! You shot an unarmed
he
man!
pulled a gun on me.
Fine.
Well, that's fine, but he pulled a gun.
Get out of here before the law shows up.
I am the law.
A real one.
Selman died not long after that. The following year, George Scarborough was trying to start up the New Mexico Rangers, kind of modeled after the Texas Rangers. They were ambushed northwest of Deming. He took a bullet in the leg and bled to death. He looks better down there, doesn't he? There you go. So that was in the space of 3 years. All of that took place here in the El Paso area. El Paso was known as Little Monaco or El Paso, and a lot of nicknames. There was a newspaper article in Santa Fe that said there was 1 saloon for every 2.5 people in El Paso. I like those odds.
As Leon said, the chance of dying of thirst was very remote.
yeah. As Keith would say, dying of thirst was a remote possibility here in El Paso. So that's the killing of Hardin and the little soliloquy of the John Wesley Hardin events that took place. Now we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to have the Chinese auction over here. We have a ghost tour after the Chinese auction. As soon as we run out of Chinese, then we'll have the ghost tour. Any questions from any of you folks out there? Good. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. If you'd like to take some photographs of 6 guns and shady ladies, or in the jail, or Helen Bueller Moreau's before she goes to jail again, please feel free to do so. And again, if you're interested in participating with us in our group, let us know. We'll be glad to have you on board. It's a lot of fun. We have a good time dying out here. We do it several times a year. And remember, the 3rd Saturday of October is the Walk Through History. If you've not been to it, it's pretty neat. We have people that will dress up, they'll study the part of somebody buried at the cemetery, become that person for the day. So when you walk through, you get a complete history lesson of many generations of El Pasoans long past gone. And we have several reenactment groups that will be out here performing during the day. You'll get to see not only the Hardin event, but another very famous gunfight that took place with Dallas Stoudemire, his demise, 4 dead in 5 seconds. So there's a lot of things that took place, and it's kind of interesting because people will say, well, you know that OK Corral thing, that's pretty famous. Yes, it was, but it wasn't the most famous gunfight of the Old West. It was 4 dead in 5 seconds, and killing the Hardin was much more famous than the OK Corral. In fact, the story goes that Wyatt Earp was in town at the Gem Saloon, and he was asked by one Joseph McGoffin if he'd be interested in residing in El Paso, maybe be city marshal. He goes, nah, this place is too dangerous. 3 years after the OK Corral. That tells you what this town was like a few years ago. Sort of like Juarez is today.
So go to Walk Through History, learn all that great history,
and then go to community college and study under him.
Take my course, and you will get an A on that section.
Extra credit. So we thank y'all for being here. Please get some tickets for the Chinese auction. Stick around for a little bit. Go on the ghost tour. It's a lot of fun. How many people believe in ghosts?
There's one right there.
How many ghosts believe in people?
We thank y'all for being here for support Concordia Cemetery.
Thank you for
so
coming.
very much.